All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Justice Society of America issue number 22. And this is basically the end of the Gog storyline, covered by Alex Ross. And we have here Kingdom Come Superman. And basically, this is his tale somewhat, especially near the end. So we're gonna take a look at it. I'm loving this series. I say it over and over again. This is a fantastic series that I 100% recommend. I give this as a 10 out of 10. It's that good, in my opinion, of course. Anyway, so Kingdom Come Superman is basically revisiting what's with the resolution. Here we go. About what happened, how he came here, somewhat, and how he tried to prevent Magog from being born. But then Magog here has been, I don't know, his power's been ripped away by his master Gog, right? Who wants to rule the world or something. Well, he wants to rule the world, but he can't save the world if everybody's worshipping then. And when there's nobody's worshipping then, because he's anchoring himself to the planet, becoming a parasite. And of course, the GSA doesn't like that. That's why they want to prevent him, doing that. Right? And he's just taking away the gifts that he have given to all of these Justice Society members, right? And it looks great. Everybody chimes in. And although not everybody gets the spotlight here, I'm glad we are seeing people like Damage getting their, fair share of screen time here. Screen time, because he's now ugly again, right? Because Gog fixed his face because he was damaged. And he is enough. He says, everybody get clear. I'm going to off on the Jolly Green Giant. And then, man, I didn't even know how powerful this guy is, man. He releases a nuclear explosion or something, or it feels like that, right? And he's pretty damaged, but he's still too powerful, right? And he says, you are too insignificant. And he's whisking him away, or blowing him away. And Gog is laughing at everyone because he sees them as funny beings, insects, right? And then we have Citizen Steel, another hero that I think deserves a little bit more screen time. So he gets this as well. He can't feel anything because of an accident, not a couple issues ago. His skin turned to steel, and he can barely move, right? He's very slow. And then he's keep punching Gog over and over and over. And we see the cracks in his armor, right? And then, because of that, Gog falls. And he screams, I am your savior. And then David comes in, he says, you're a parasite looking for a host. And he blasted at the neck. And I didn't even, see it at the beginning. But it seems that his neck is now severed from his body, and he's still talking. And even Cyclone comes in, another great character, I think. I wish we see more of her, right? She is just this innocent newcomer, still experimenting with her powers, trying to find her place. I really like that. And Starman uses his powers to hold Gog down. But then, a voice, you saved them like a pro Cyclone. Don't ever stop. And who's that swooping in real fast? Well, it's none other than Kingdom Come Superman. And man, every time Superman does this, it always looks good. It always looks heroic. And that's the word I'm using here, heroic. He just, breaks off gets the severed head, and then he's going into space with Starman, using his powers to open a portal. And Gog says, where are you taking me? What are you doing? Well, they're going to the source wall, right? He says to join the other gods from the third world. Well, we are the edge of the universe, the retirement home for the old gods. Yeah, Starman is still crazy. You condemn me from wanting to save Earth. Save it with conditions. If the world didn't worship you, you would have abandoned it and destroyed it as you did. Like you did. What? You abandoned your world. You left it to die. How can you judge me when you have done what you accuse me of? Says Gog in a final defiance moment, I guess. So he now did, the wall takes him. So it's too late for Gog now. He's done. but he is still using, well, as like I say, as an act of defiance, he uses his power to shoot him in the back. He says, "You are no savior," and then he's gone, right? But then Kingdom Come Superman says to Starman, "I need to go home." He says, "Your uniform is a map of the multiverse. You can set me home, just like you brought me here." And it was an accident, like spilling milk, and unlike most people, I can cry over that. He says, "I don't know what I left behind or if there's anything left behind to get back to, but I have to try. I have to try to make up for what I didn't do. Can you set me back to my Earth, but to the exact moment you took from me?" Well, sure. The explosion, I can stop it. I can save them. So he's looking, Earth 22. So he's turning into, well, a black hole, a portal, and Superman steps in. And Superman thanks Starman and also Justice Society, I mean. But then Alex Ross is also taking over parts of the art here, and it seems that Superman is too late. The bomb dropped, a lot of heroes and villains died, and Superman, he is not happy. And this is all of the ashes, of the fallout. Oh man. And then we see Earth 22 and Earth. So everybody's basically back to normal. And he says, but Kara says, this isn't over. I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, because there was some fighting between the heroes among themselves, right? Because of their beliefs and, how they think about what Gog did and, justified or not. Because some of them, like Hawkman, believed in what Gog was doing, with exceptions. Superman goes to the United States building and he wants to kill them all. He says, after everything we did for you, you condemn us to death. But then David says, hey, I know there's repercussions because of all this, but why am I still Magog? That's a little bit strange here because in the last issue, Gog blasted Magog, David here, and I believe he was ripping away his powers, but not, maybe? Because he says, I'm still Magog, or maybe he just looks like Magog because he still has that armor and the staff. So maybe he has some powers left, who knows? Earth 22. Clark, don't, says this old man, and the Spectre is next to him. You need to check out Kingdom Come. Then you get to know all this people. He says, you blame yourself for Captain Marvel, for Magog and Kansas, for 10 years that ended today. Yes, you're angry, but in that anger you're forgetting once more what humans feel, what they fear. They won't forgive you for this, Clark. Forgive yourself, he says. On Earth, Damage is depressed, and he doesn't want to look at Judo Master, but she says, look. And she looks at him and kisses him. Nice. He says, who are you and why are you here? To bear witness. Listen to me, Clark. Of all things you can do, all of your power, and the greatest has always been your instinctive knowledge of right and wrong. It was your gift of your own humanity. You never had to question your choices in any situation, any crisis. You knew what to do. But the minute you made the super more important than the man, the day you decided to turn back on mankind, that completely cost you your instinct. That took your judgment away. Take it back. And there is some survivors. Also, Courtney comes to Citizen Steel, and he was also depressed because he couldn't move and all that stuff, right? And he couldn't touch people. But he's now feeling great. I don't know, maybe doing some heroic deed, but he feels fine. All right. And then we are going to, Superman says thank you because he sees that the people that he loves, some of them are still alive. Starman comes back and the others say, hey, what happened to Gog? We only made him into the greatest nightlight of the universe. Where's Superman? Oh, Superman went home, but don't you worry. I've seen his future. He has quite a life ahead of him. Yes, and then we see Superman building graves for all the people that have fallen. Wonder Woman comes in and gives him, a gift to see a little something to help you see more clearly. And they building a romantic relationship with each other, which is fitting, I guess. And then we go to the future a little bit. 10 years later, we see Bruce here, with kids and all that stuff. And then 20 years later, I believe this is the funeral of Bruce, and I'm pretty sure this is Selina Kyle, but I'm not entirely sure. So Batman has passed away. Moving on, more into the future, 100 years later, humans are going to visit the stars. They go on a journey and leaving probably Earth behind. Now, I'm not sure if this is on Earth. I mean, it seems like terraforming. I mean, Superman is helping with the growth and building of civilization. Could be also Earth, right? Not entirely sure. And then far more further on Earth, we see the birth of the, Legion of Superheroes. And Superman or Kal-El or Clark Kent smiles. And that's the end of this story. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this a lot. I mean, I like it a lot. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching as always. And I see you next time. Bye-bye.